First of all, what brings you to Texas? We'll get to that.
Well, when we completed the sale, Nolan Ryan and Chuck Greenberg said, "Gee, would you come down? I haven't been down here for a while." And yes, so this is the date we picked, and here I am on a very beautiful day.
All right. Hey, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, I know you guys have made an effort to try to keep the playoffs in October.
Right.
This year, you're going to max out around October, what, 20?
No, this year, unfortunately, we're going in November.
All right, so next.
And I'm nervous about it already. I don't mind telling you.
As well, you should be with
yes,
New York.
I know. Don't make me anymore. How about Minnesota?
Right, exactly. And especially this would be the year they get the outdoor stadium.
Next year, we'll be done in October.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're starting early. We're starting March 31st, or day after, but we're starting 3 or 4 days early, and that's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
And end on a Wednesday, which is good.
That's right.
Expanding the playoffs. How much of a chance do we see on that?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I've said to people today, and I tell you guys, I remember the criticism I took when I went to the wild card.
That's right.
That? Oh, my goodness. You think that poor Bob Costas and others thought I had
I was one of them, too, but I'll admit it.
Most people today are admitting they were wrong.
I was absolutely wrong. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, okay, that's good. Anyway.
Can you do it again, bud?
Well, we're going to think about it. You know, we only have 8 teams in the playoffs. We have the least number of playoff teams of any sport.
Right.
So I'm very proud of that. We thought 3 or 4 years ago we were going to do it. And then the more we talked about it, just didn't like it. But I'm intrigued by that. So this winter, when the season's over, we're going to really talk about that, get down to it. And look, even if you had 10 out of 30, we certainly haven't done anything that diminishes the game in any way, shape, form, or manner. So we will think about it.
All right, that's interesting. The other day, Evan Longoria and David Price made comments down in Tampa.
Yes, they did.
Hey, folks, we got a great ball club. You're not coming out. What are you going to do about these franchises?
Well, there aren't many. You know, look, let's take the macro view of it first. We're going to draw 73 million plus. The last 7 years have been the 7 best attendance years in the history of baseball, by far. So this is unbelievable. The game has never been this popular. But look, and we have some franchises doing brilliantly well. In fact, right now I have 15 ahead of last year and 15 down. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
Remember, we're in a very serious recession yet.
Amen.
And it really has affected people. Having said that, I've talked to Stu Sternberg, the owner, about it a lot. You both would admit Tampa is a wonderful baseball club and very competitive. So every night while I'm watching games, I not only watch the game, but I look to see what kind of attendance we have. And there's no question. We got some franchises that's going to need some work. But overall, I'm so happy with the attendance this year. It's been so good that I feel good about it. But,
all right. You got the situation solved here in Texas with the ownership, and that was long and arduous, no question about it.
Right.
Speaking of long and arduous, how about the Dodgers situation with that messy divorce? You know, what's your thoughts on?
Well, as the commissioner, there are a lot of things I get involved in, but I don't think I'm going to get involved in a divorce suit. Let's just see what happens when it's done, and then I'll decide.
What's your feeling about how that may come out? You know, once a settlement.
Well, I don't know. That's a question. There's so many variables here that's why I'm being. As I was down here, I call this a long and winding road down here. You need to have some patience, because the one thing, you know, I always kid, commissioners have a lot of power and authority, but we don't have power and authority over the legal system and the judicial system in this country. So you always want to be very careful.
Flip side, you got to love what has happened in Minnesota. They get the new ballpark, their revenues are through the roof.
Great story.
Attendance, etc. It's really working, and they got a great ball club.
Sold out for every game. They had a wonderful club. It's a wonderful organization. They're having some kind of year. No, I'm proud of the Twins. They've done a great job.
If you're going to get more in the playoffs, but will you shorten the season or even think about that, or will you just start early, or how would you do that if you're going to end up in October?
That's one of the things that you have to think about. What I've said to the clubs when they talk about look, if you guys want to cut the schedule to 158 or back to 154, which it used to be, but pre-1961. But nobody wants to do that. So no, they're not. I once thought, when I ran the Brewers, that I wanted to cut to 154, and I thought I had the votes. I got to the meeting. It's the only vote I ever lost. I didn't even have a second.
Go away.
Gone. Gone. I was gone so fast and so quick it didn't make. So the question is when we analyze it now, and I've already spent a lot of time thinking about it, I think you have to assume that we have a 162-game schedule, and then we're going to work around that.
All right.
I got one more, Dave.
Sure.
One more for him before he goes, because obviously the wild card is wildly popular, and everybody loves it. It's been great for the game. Let's talk about interleague play for a second. On interleague play, how do you see that going down the road? And the one thing that I've said over the last couple of years about interleague play is, I don't even know if this is possible, but maybe switching it up to where if you had the National League club in Seattle, play the National League rules.
Yeah, people have made it. I love interleague play since I guess I'm the father of that too. And by the way, interleague play attendance is up over 19% over normal. The fans like it.
No doubt
fans
about it.
really like it, and that's the thing we didn't do for years. We didn't pay attention to the fans, and the fans like it. That's interesting. People have suggested, and that's one on a long list of things that we have to talk about, because I do think the National American League fans ought to watch each other's game in their pipes.